Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're live already, welcome. The stream will start in about 5 minutes. This is for you guys who are watching the stream back. So I have listened to all your demos that you submitted on SoundCloud. I spend a lot of time listening to your demos. I listen to them from start to finish. So I would really appreciate it if you could go through all my socials below and add, follow, subscribe, whatever you have to do for that social. That would be really, really awesome. We're going to start in about 5 minutes time. Here we go. Yo, what's up, people? Back once again. It's our second Wednesday stream. So, hello to everyone tuning in on YouTube. Hello, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, just smash the like button already. A few guys on Facebook. Hello, guys. Welcome. You may be new. And Twitch as well, which takes a little while to grow, but we grow as the stream continues. Hey, guys. I'm Steve Marks. So, what I do is I review your demos. So, for those, I want to make it really clear. A demo is a track that is unreleased. Okay, that is the definition of a demo. So if you have any tracks you're working on, just send them to me. You can send them here. Please don't be that guy in the chat that asks, how do I submit? How do I submit? We get about 3 or 4 each week. It's literally right there. So yeah, you basically just have to DM them to my SoundCloud. You search for Steve Marks. That's what I look like on a good day. Just send it to me via DM. Got a whole bunch to get through, so we're going to get straight into it with Pyrogen. Here we go. Glide with us. Here we go. Let me know how the audio is too, guys. It's this track is a bit quiet at the moment, but slow burner this one. Still waiting for that bass to hit. Good suspense so far. Yeah, it's a good intro. It's long, but I mean, house music is normally super long. I mean, 2.5 minutes is a little while to wait for the drop. Dying for a kick drum to start smashing. Here it comes. Going again. This is a patience tester, this one. There it is. So man, really good percussion. Like, you've got really good groove on the percussion. I would just work on your kick. Your kick is very sort of, it sounds like you're using a top kick. So if you use something with a bit more like bass frequencies to it, it'll be punching you in the chest instead of just sort of gliding around. You do have your arpeggiators pan to either side, which is really cool. So it's giving you a lot of width in the mid frequencies as well, mid to high frequencies. And yeah, as I said before, your percussion is really good. You've really the high end. So like your hi-hats and all your cymbal grooves, they are coming through like very clearly in the mix. So really well done with that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, man, cool track. Good track to start. Let's continue. Thanks for the submission, my friend. Alrighty, Prince Leo. Let's check this out. Prince Leo, Indian Mafia Trap official music video. Let's check this out. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna turn my my headphones up a bit. Not sure if it's just the first 2 songs are a bit quiet or if it's my settings. I will comment already on the first stab that happens here. Something sounds a little off key. One of the samples is not in the right key, so you just need to tune everything so that it's in the same key. Kick is good. Kick is strong. And it sounded like your sub bass when it was playing here. It sounded like it was a little flat, so you might need to pitch it up like 1 octave or so. This would be really, really nice with the vocal over the top. Hey! Man, try and find a vocalist for this because it's big. Like it sounds good, and I understand like the Indian like fusion. I can see here you're from India, man. So yeah, nice work, like sort of representing your country and trying to like take your music in a pretty unique direction, man. So cool, I like it. Thanks for the submission. Your image is a little blurry, but don't worry about that. Let's push on, man. Thank you for the submission, man. Okay, Vikuru. Lenders. Let's check this one out. I give everyone a follow back on SoundCloud for sure, my people. Also, the crowd is growing, so welcome guys on YouTube. I see you there. Smash the like button. Facebook, I see you guys there too. Welcome if you're new, guys. Facebook doesn't grow too much each week, so yeah, if you want to jump on YouTube, you can always watch the stream back. On YouTube, it always uploads to YouTube after, so feel free to watch it back if you have to go to sleep or something like that.
Please be careful, here comes a drop.
I like the vocal grab pre-drop. I think the sort of dubstep wub, I think you might be overusing it a little too much, but I love the chords you have behind it. Yeah, nice. This is really cool, this bit. Gives me like Marshmallow vibes. It's really like happy. It's gone from this really like aggressive sound into this super like bright and happy breakdown. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wait for the second drop, but it would be cool if you layered the melody you had in the breakdown there, the bright happy one. It'd be cool if you layered that over the top of the heavy dubstep section, but only here in this sort of second rotation, not in this first bit. Leave that rough and like strong, but it would definitely benefit like by adding a new layer in that sort of second section there. I think that would be pretty cool. Cool, like detuning it.
Please be careful, here comes a drop.
I like it, man. It's cool. Man, so cool. You're from Chile. Make sure you add some information here, guys. Always. I say it to everyone every week. I feel so bad for saying it, but man, Vikuru. Add some information here, my friend. Like where you're from. Just write anything. I love music or something. And add some socials there, man. I want to check you out on Insta. Tag you in a post. Let us know your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, things like that. People want to like follow you and learn more about you because your music's pretty cool, man.
Please be careful, here comes the drop.
Please be careful, here comes the drop. So I'm assuming the same. Okay, but that's a slightly different lead. Okay, it's the same. Be cool to have a pad above this, like ding, 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 ding. Something. So a pad is something really high up that follows the same bass notes traditionally as your. Traditionally follows the same notes as your bass line. So if you wanted to add a pad sort of up in the higher frequencies, give your track a bit more air, is what they say. Yeah, I like it. I like how your track, man, it goes from like heavy and aggressive to like this sort of happy breakdown here. I really like this bit. And that track would have been cool if you broke the percussion into double time, so like a drum and bass sort of beat on occasions to make it go faster. It sounds like it's faster when really the beats per minute is the same, but just make the drums double time. You give a bit more like depth and variety to that track, man. Really, really cool. I like it. Thanks for submitting, my friend. Update your profile. Because I want to tag you, I always tag everyone on Instagram posts. So make sure you update your profiles, guys, if you tuned in. Welcome to everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Hello, guys. I do this every Wednesday now. So if you want to submit a demo, submit it here, soundcloud.com/SteveMarksMusic. That's where you send your demos, and then I will review it. All right. So we have Hitav Trivedi. That's hard to read and it's hard to say. Let's check out Felix. Hopefully it sounds awesome. Nice. I like that little. I heard a stab of something which had a bit of like fizz to it. Yes. Cool. It's building nicely. Nice panning as well. This is good. It's got all the elements of a good track. Come on, let's hear this drop. Yeah, cool, man. So far, so good. You've got all the good elements for like an EDM track. You've got good automation. I heard the lead was being introduced in the build-up, like under a filter, slowly releasing, which is like perfect. So when the drop hits and your lead hits, it sounds familiar already to the listener. So really, really well done. Awesome work with the panning too, with that sort of like, it's like a dolphin sound, like a woo, sounds like that. I'm hearing it first in one ear and then in the other. One thing I would recommend with that is you currently have it panned like 100% to one side and 100% to the other. Make it a bit more gentle, maybe like 30 and 30, so that it's not 100% in one ear. You want it just a little bit off center, instead of like massively here and massively here. But like, this is just some little encouraging tips to help you improve. I also agree with the comments. It is an EDM banger, and yeah, more kick. I feel like the kick in the drop, it gets lost behind your wall of noise, which is fine. Maybe a bit more side chain, so give your kick a bit more space by increasing the length of your side chain. Nice work with the variation there in the drop too. It's always good to do something different in your second drop. So you did a nice little like stop go there. That was cool. Bit of a shudder. Yeah, cool. I like it. I hope the comments help you. Also, guys, I often give you guys feedback, and I get a lot of like DMs on my Insta asking to re-explain the feedback. So I have a really quick click around each profile when I'm listening to your music. I quickly check out how complete your profile is, and also like some of the tracks you've released in the past. That way I can judge with how complete your profile is, like how serious you're taking your music. And also with your previous tracks, I can attempt to establish how long you've been making music for. And I do that for some reasons. I try to understand who you are by listening to your music. So I assume that the dude I just listened to before, Hetav Trivietti, is sort of new to music production, maybe 6 months, maybe he's another Corona producer. But yeah, it's good to know. So I attempt to give you guys feedback in an easy to understand way. What I am going to start doing, guys, I'm going to start doing little YouTube tutorial clips, which I'll upload. I'll try and upload maybe one per week, just explaining some of the basic principles that I talk about every week. So things like what actually is sidechain. Now I know you can just Google it yourself and look at it, but I get a lot of people writing to me saying that I explain things for them in very simple manner, and it makes sense to them when I explain it nice and slowly. So I'll try some YouTube tutorial videos and just see how we go. It might work, it might not work. I actually did my first upload in many years of a video that wasn't a live stream. So I actually sent my track in to someone else to get reviewed. So if you want to check that out, you can do that after the stream. So I did what you guys do. I sent my track to someone. This dude is like very, very highly regarded, and he gets heaps of submissions each week, and he picks 2 to review, guys. He only picks 2 tracks per week. So yeah, I was lucky enough to get reviewed, and it was really, really cool. It was really exciting to hear my music being played like on the internet to the world, which is really cool. And yeah, he gave me some very advanced feedback. So a lot of it I understood, a lot of it I didn't understand. So I did some sort of Googling and research and tried to make sense of his sort of tutorial. If you want the link, I'll post the link very shortly. Give me a sec. If you're talking about the link to submit music, you can do it here. If you're looking for the link for my track, I'll post it in the comments. All right, Acrobase, dance with me. Oh yeah, and guys, this is our long friend who submits every single stream. This is Architect. He used to be Architect. He had to change his name because apparently there was too many architects on Spotify. So he's changed his name to Acrobase. Really nice, man. I'll give man, if you've made this in one day, really nice job. The first note of the drop was dying for something else, something like a white noise hiss, like psst. So like when this drops, something in the high end. Something like that. Fill up the high frequencies. A nice sort of half beat here as well. Nice. One thing with your sub bass in this section, acro bass, is I feel like when it sort of breaks down to this section, so I can hear your sub bass is doing this crazy like boom sort of thing. I think when it gets to this bit, I think just calm down your sub bass a bit. Just keep it one note or vary it between two. Because at the moment it's still doing like whoa. It's still in the excitement mode. Chill it down a bit whilst the track chills down. And then maybe now when it's building. See, now when you've got the build, you've held it at one note, which is good because I found the bass line sort of going up and down was a little distracting, but get some white noise in there, brother. It'll sound sick. Nice kick. Nice clap. And so your high end is very like, I can hear it here, you sort of clap your trap hi-hats, but when we get to this this sort of your drop, you're keeping it pretty high energy. The sort of hi-hats and things like that will sound a little bit behind the mix, so try and bring them forward a bit, increase the volume, give it some reverb. You can keep it very narrow in the mix and add some reverb. I think that would come through nicely. Man, sick track for producing it in one day. Really nice. Guys, also, people always ask for my permission to, like, if they can film the review and put it on their socials and stuff. Guys, do it. Go for it. You can record me however you want to. You can watch it back on YouTube later. You can screen record or whatever, and whack it on your Instagram or whatever. Just tag me and I can share it on my page as well. I share everything on my story if I get tagged. So I've got about 2,600 followers on Insta. So if you sort of tag me in the demo review, I'll share it on my page, no problem, guys. So if you want some extra exposure, why not? Architect, Acrobase, man, sick track. Really, really good, man. Yeah, man, not too much to add. Add some white noise. Yeah, calm down the bass line there and that little breakdown. And yeah, bring the high end, so your hi-hats and stuff a little bit, make it a little bit louder. Man, that's another good track. Well done, man. And I haven't forgotten about the message you sent me as well. I liked what you sent me the other day, so I will talk to you, man. I've been super busy, but let's continue, shall we? Melier with Revenge. Let's check this one out. From Morocco. Oh man, you did a Marshmallow remix. I did that as well. Alright, let's check this out. Nice, man. Your percussion is so crisp and so clear. Really, really nice. Not sure about that lead noise that's happening at the but let's see how it goes. Pitch bend. Okay. So it's a bit of a key change in between your build up and your drop. So it wouldn't be. No, oh, listen. Nice. I like that actually. It's a little like it's neat and clean and it fits in like a really good box. The build up. So the sort of the intro and the build up are in one key and then the drop happens in another, which I mean it sounded a bit weird when I heard it at first, but what you can do to fix that is in the build up here you did a pitch bend. So you started pitch bending things up and then you pitched it back down. If instead of pitching it down, if you pitched it way up, heading towards the new key of the drop, it wouldn't sound so disjointed to trained ears. Like my ears are pretty well trained now, so I can hear things like when things are off key and things like that. Man, but this is a sick idea. Keep working on this, man, really. And that way, yeah, it's a neat little track. I just hear this bit again. It sounds like you have your lead notes. It sounds like they're a certain length and then they stop like instantly. Like that. Always good to have a tiny reverb tail on it, so it kind of goes da 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 da. It kind of fades out instead of going da. It's just something that sounds a little incomplete, which it's not a bad thing. These little things that you can add. I'm just reading down here that you made this track in 12 hours. So man, very, very well done for 12 hours. Sick idea. I'm going to try and make it my goal to give you guys like a remix next week. So I've downloaded some sick vocals of an 80s track, 80s 90s track, and I'm gonna try and do a remix like Brazilian bass style. And And yeah, see how we go. Man, sick idea. Awesome. Thanks for the submission. Let's keep going because we have a heap to get through. All right, split lines. Let's check this out. Road to the future. Also, welcome. YouTube is growing. Hey guys, smash the like button for me. Go on, do it. I see you guys there. Super chilly. I like it. Nice bass line introduced there. Nice. Such a warm bass. I love the little like guitar pluck you've got. I can hear that sort of off center and it's way at the back of the mix. You could bring that. I hope you bring that forward, like under automation. Bring it forward, make it louder, less reverb. Or if it stays at the back forever, maybe it's the shy guitarist at the back of the stage. Man, this is super good. This is the sort of stuff that Robin Schultz, Duke Dumont all started off with when they were just starting out, so you never know. I am just going to skip through because we've got a heap to get through. I'm just checking if there's any new elements being introduced. It's also got like a bit of a Deadmau5 vibe, not as Deadmau5-y, sort of like Deadmau5 meets Duke Dumont. Really, really cool. Yeah, nice. You've got great sound design skills. So like all the sounds you've selected to put into this track, they all sort of work well together. The arpeggiator that you just automated out there could maybe use some reverb on it so it's not so plucky. It's a bit more like dreamy instead of very dit. It's more like wah 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 wah. Good variation on the percussion as well. And if you guys aren't listening to this in headphones, I can hear the percussion has slight panning to it as well. There's some samples happening on the left, some happening on the right. Really, really nice. Man, this is a super chilly track. Deep house indeed, yeah. Man, really, really nice. Yeah, I guess split lines, guys, from the Ukraine. Really, really cool, man. Nice, nice track. Thanks for submitting. See, yeah, okay. You've been producing for a while, so you know what you're doing, man. Really, really nicely done. I like all the fine details you have in there. All right, Frost, flashback. Let's check this out. Thanks, Leafy Beats, for the love. Thank you, sir. Millennium inspired future bass. Yeah, feeling it already. Man, this is really good. It's yeah, man, you've got all the elements of an Millennium track, really. I would just things to sort of work on is your like mixing. So like this is like your volumes. So basically you've got your percussion, which I can hear at the moment is like about this loud, but then you have a lead that's about to happen now and it's a lot louder than everything else. It's super big and super full, which is your intention. But I would bring, so if your lead's up here and your drums are down here, you need to mix your drums a bit louder. So make things a bit louder. Yeah, cool little track, man. Really. Thanks for submitting, man. Yeah, just work on your levels, getting your levels a bit right. You've got some elements like this, your large synth. You can definitely have everything a little louder. So, because all I'm hearing is the dun 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 dun. That's the main melody is what I'm hearing, and also the sort of the organ synth sound in the background as well. Those two are sort of, as I said, they're very loud in volume and everything else is a little lacking. So make everything else a little louder. Hope that makes sense to you, man. Guys, I think it's about time for our artist of the week. Boom, guys, the artist of the week is me. Finally, my track is released. Woo! Yeah, I'm not going to play it for you guys because you can listen to it in your own time. But yeah, Legacy finally dropped. What you will notice, guys, is when you do your first release, your computer and your phone detects like what websites you're on and goes, oh, okay, he's uploading to YouTube, he's uploading to Spotify. You start getting heaps of ads for like, you know, do you want to pay to put your song on this playlist? Do you want to pay for followers, pay for plays? It's the worst thing you can do. And like, I take satisfaction out of knowing that all these listens I've got, although they're not much, like I don't care. I know that they're all real listens. I've currently got 111 followers on Spotify. So guys, if you're on Spotify, go hit me up, Steve Marks, give me a follow. I want to try and get this to about maybe by the end of the year, maybe let's say 250 followers. I think that's very realistic. And I want to try and get my YouTube to 300 subscribers. So if anyone's watching on YouTube, guys, and you're not subscribed, hit the sub button. It's one click. Seriously, it's just a tiny little thank you. For me reviewing your tracks. I'm currently on 254 subscribers. My goal for the end of 2020 is to get to 300 subs on, let's go 300 subs on YouTube and 300 follows on Spotify. I think that's reasonable. 300, we should be good. Enough about me, let's get back into your demos. All right, Mr. Wilson, my man. Diamond Drops Volume 2. Let's check this out. Wilson always sends in fire. Let's see what he's got this week. Ooh, chili. Okay, I like the delay you've got on your lead, but it's it's mixed so much louder compared to everything else. So if you want to bring your drums up a little bit, there won't be such a disparity between, like, the lead is quite like loud and overpowering compared to your percussion. So yeah, it will still have the chill vibe. Cool, and then you got something else coming in now. Cool. Thanks for the follow on Spotify, Fantasy Girl. Nice. Nice. The track really starts driving from here, man. It's good. Maybe, I mean, then it might come up in the comments, but maybe your intro was a little too long. Like 1 minute 50, 1 minute, nearly 2 minutes. This bit's super happy, super cool. I'd if you revisit this one, Wilson, add some variation onto your hi-hat. Yeah, because it's just doing the same thing. You could have some open hi-hats. There you go. I just said it. Yeah, man, nice variation. Yeah, really cool, man. I am gonna skip through it, forgive me, because it's 7 minutes and 32 seconds. Let's check. Cool, so you use some automation to filter those leads down. I'm not sure what's going on there. Is the it sounded like the drum glitched or something, or maybe that was just the. I know you're trying some offbeat stuff. No, that's fine. Like the gospel choir in the background with their hands up. Cool. All right, we're gonna wind it up here. Build up. Trying to make sense of your chord progression as well. You start your sort of chord progression loop going down in the drop, dun dun dun. It's always good to go dun dun dun, like build people's spirits up when the drop happens. Yeah, but I mean, it's a sick little like track. It sort of reminds me of like, I don't know, like robots in a factory, you know, just doing their job, just picking something up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down, like it's just doing its job. Yeah, man, cool. I like it. It's there's not too much to sort of give like that's like bad. Like there's nothing bad about this track. Yeah, maybe like I get it's a trance track. If you were to play this in like a trance club or at like a underground rave or something, definitely 2 minutes would be way too long for this sort of vibe happening. People would get angry. So make this section the star of your track. And I like how you had like some variation in your sound design here. That your second drop has a bit more push, a bit more kick to it compared to your first one. So nice work with the variation. It could be half, yeah, man, but music is subjective, guys. Remember, this is just my opinion. My opinion might mean the world to you guys, or it might mean absolutely nothing. So I could say that this track is terrible, but Wilson might release it on Spotify and it gets put on some magical playlist and it gets millions of streams. Who knows? It's just my opinion. In my opinion, a little too long, but in my opinion, altogether, it works nicely. All right, here we go. Leafy Beats Productions. I see you in the comments. Conspiracy. Let's check this out. Really nice, man. Really, really nice, man. Once again, Restream chat has let me down, so I'm gonna whack the YouTube comments here for them to see as well. I love how this track started, man. It started as like such a tropical house track, and then it totally changed into like future house. That was really cool. I 100% agree with DJ Crow's Nest. Really. This track is sick. Really, like, trying to pick on anything to improve. There's nothing you can improve, man, really. mean, if you wanted to make your drop, like add a new, how drops happen is normally like you have a drop and then you add a tiny bit on, like layers it out. If you wanted to like layer this out a little bit more, you could have the first first few bars of your drop without the I'm hearing in the right channel some kind of like dot, 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 some sort of percussion. Dot, dot, dot. You could introduce that like a little later instead of initially. But yeah, that would only add another layer to the drop. Man, sick track, really. Man, yeah, Richie Wood is right, man. It's always the usual fire from Leafy Beats, man. He's always sending in sick tracks. You could send this to some labels, man. I'd get it professionally like mixed mastered. It only costs like maybe 10 or 20 euros on Fiverr. It's like an online service. And you can pick your own mixing engineer if you want to. Super cheap. You can just search whatever you want to here. They'll mix and master it for you and get back to you. Man, solid track. Really, really. Guys, if you get the time, check out Leafy Beats. Got all this gear here. Let's see if I'm following you on talent pool. Oh, this never works. They were upgrading their servers today and logging before. Maybe they're still doing it. Anyway, Leafy Beats, sick track, my friend. I'm going to push on. We still have a big list of people to get through. The X#X, trying to be happy now. Aren't we all, my friend? Aren't we all? Here we go.
It never occurred to me how much you weighed me down. Your negative words, though the silence was worse. All you
Following
did
you
was
already, brother.
let me down. You took my heart and ran me down. You took my love and smashed it to the ground. I'm seeing clearly, but I'm trying to be happy now.
Okay, on this track, I'm detecting some. I'm detecting some like disharmonics, especially this section here. So the bass note. The bass note that you hit is off key to the chord that's playing. So just look into your scales and your chord chart and see which note is incorrect. Also, whatever sort of music production software you're producing in, you can create a loop, like a 2-bar loop, and just keep playing that loop over and over until you adjust the MIDI notes so that everything sounds in key. So
Silence was worse. All you did was let me down. You took my heart and ran me down. You took my love and smashed it to the
yes. So for the guys in the comments, yes, I accept all music from all levels of producers, guys. We have advanced, we have beginners. Send in what you have. Don't worry about music theory, man. If you're making good music, just release it. If you want help with that, man, you can send me a private message. I can help you out with that. Also, guys, I should have mentioned earlier, I've started accepting students as well. So if anyone wants to learn music production one-on-one with me, I currently have 4 students. from America and India at the moment. So if anyone wants to have like private lessons with me, just send me a message. I'm more than welcome. But Harsh, we're going to keep going with this.
I'm seeing clearly, but I'm trying. I'm trying to be happy now.
Yeah, so once again in this section, some of the notes are not correct and they're creating some disharmonics. But one thing you've done very well, man, I know you've submitted many tracks before. You've done very well with your breakdowns. So this section here sounds very emotive, like you're matching the mood of the vocal. The vocals are very like slow, very sad. It's female, so it's very delicate. And you built like a really nice sort of protective cushion under the vocal to sort of make it really like cozy. Also, the vocal is very nicely in time. So a lot of people that submit here often have great production like this track has, excluding the sort of harmonics issues. You've done really well with, oh no, what was I saying? It'll come back to me. Yeah, with keeping the vocal in time with the music. So some people, when they drag a vocal in, they need to stretch it out and make it fit the track. The vocal fits perfectly in time with this track. So really, really nice work there.
Now my eyes are wide open. None of this made any sense, so I'm done. I'm done playing.
Yeah, and that's just gonna play out. So yeah, just make sure when you start like tracks, guys, that you really make sure that your chords are correct for scale and key, because things sound funny if they're out of key. There were some little sections of that track which were out of key. All right, Diane Abinash. Let's check this out. It's a Hasley remix, so I'll just give you a warning, man. If you're not watching this live, it'll probably get muted on YouTube, because what I'm doing now, everyone that sends in remixes or official tracks, to sort of avoid me continually getting copyrighted, it's easier for me to just select the YouTube setting of just mute the track where the copyright is. So if this vocal comes in and it's copyrighted, then I apologize for it being muted on YouTube. It's not my fault.
On you when your heart was broke, I filled your cup until it overflowed. Took it so far to keep you close. I was afraid to leave you on your own. I said I'd catch you if you fall, and if they laugh, then fuck 'em.
Sounds like Marshmello. Is that you, Marshmello? The So your second drop sounds exactly the same as the first, which is fine. It's nothing bad. The sound design's awesome. Your kick is like strong, and all your elements are mixed nicely. One thing is,
Baby, I'm the one who put you up there. Don't know why.
yeah, man, nice. Thanks for submitting it. You've submitted a few tracks, I remember. Yeah, and that's an improvement, definitely, on your last ones. All right, Super Nebula, Desert Sunset. I remember you smashed it last week. Let's see what you got this week. And I apologize because it's 6 minutes. I'm going to skip a bit because we have a big line tonight for tracks. So sorry, man. So the percussion loop that you introduced here is like super loud compared to the rest of the track, which is fine. But you need to bring something else up to meet it. Because at the moment you got your bass line happening, and also the kick sample that you've selected is very short. And it's it's sort of lost in the mix, so you need to add something called sidechain, and what that will do is that'll give your kick some space in the mix, and it will punch through a bit clearer. Breakdown. Back into the same loop. I'm just going to search for any new elements. Okay, here we go. Some sort of like vocal. It's definitely a track that has potential. I remember some of the stuff you sent in last week was super good as well. So another breakdown. So Mr. Super Nebula, if you do some YouTube tutorials on how to glue together, depending on what DAW you have, there's usually some glue compressors that sort of like stick everything together a bit better. Because the one thing in this track that sounds a little disjointed or out of place is definitely your percussion. So I would try and glue your percussion together a bit better, because it sort of feels like it's just it's not really connected to everything else in the track. I was trying to think if it was maybe the percussion loop was out of key, but it's not. The snare drum is in key, which is fine. Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's a track, and with every track we improve our production skills. So you can keep working on this one. Yeah, and just that's kind of cool. Bring in additional element in each. Yeah, cool. The idea is cool. Like, you can either keep working on this one and like spend like a couple more days and get it to that wow factor, or you can sort of treat it as like, cool, that was a cool track, I learned some things, now I'm going to start a new project. So you can either keep working on something and keep working, or you can just treat it as a learning curve, kind of save it in a folder, and then it's always there still. You can start on something new and continue. Yes, my gosh, I can't even say your name. Alexandrides, I can't even pronounce it. Man, yeah, so my live streams are positive vibes only, guys. It's always like making music, it's an art, and like everyone's putting their sort of their skills on display, and it's very like daunting. It's very frightening to sort of show your music to someone else. So people have to be like respected and like respectful during this time. So I always try to give positive, constructive feedback without like crushing people's dreams. You know, if something's terrible, I'm not going to say it's terrible. I'm going to give some advice on how to improve that slightly. So I'm glad you enjoy the sort of positive energy. If you guys are just tuning in, I see you all on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We got a big audience this week, which is good. So welcome, guys. If you are new to the channel, so my name's Steve Marks, and what I do is I review demos every Wednesday. If you want your demo reviewed, send it here. And yeah, I review all types of music. I give you guys some feedback so that you can improve. I also offer private tutoring if anyone wants to do one-on-one sessions. What else? Yeah, all my social links are linked below for you guys on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to say thank you to me, all you have to do is click on my socials and just give me a follow, a like, or whatever you have to do for that social. But my newest one is my my Spotify account. So I released a track on Spotify last Thursday. So this is actually the first stream where my track's been live. So if you do get the chance, jump on my Spotify link, follow me, and listen to my track. All right. Opus Mind, Your Eyes. Let's check this out. Hey Alexis, yes, I'll get to everyone's demos tonight. Big kick. This track has awesome suspense. All right, Alex, sick. You got really good automation going on here. A lot of it too. Like it's very, like it's not going unnoticed. I am. Yeah, and the track is so good, man. It's such a delicate vocal, but you've really wrapped it around nicely. Just while I think of it, there's when it hits the breakdown, you introduce like the new sort of chords, and it sounds really sick. If I could recommend something, instead of having the chords that you introduce already with sidechain, wah wah wah, so it's kind of keeping the pulse of the music. Maybe you could also automate the level of sidechain. So when the sort of drop ends, it just falls into one sustained chord. It's just ding. It's just held instead of the sidechain. I hope that makes sense to you. And then you could slowly bring in the sidechain, like you're bringing in the arpeggiator now that I can hear. Just a little thing, but I mean, sometimes I produce exactly like this, and I want to keep the energy going. So it's a subjective. You can do it if you want. You can leave it how it is, no problem. Sorry man, I'm just skipping because it's a 6-minute track. We've had so many tracks that are like very long this week, so apologies for like skipping through. I normally listen to every second of every track, but with only doing these streams once a week now, I get a huge inbox of tracks, so apologies for skipping, but it's just fair so everyone gets a turn. Yeah, doubled and widened. Yeah, so if you guys are reading the comments there on the Restream chat, it's meant to combine the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch comments all in one. I agree, man. So like your last track. So guys, what I recommended, if you ever need to make your leads, like, you don't need to make your leads louder. You need to make your leads wider. So what that means is, and I do this usually every week for everyone watching, I'm going to do the box thing again, but imagine that this box is your track, right? You've got all your sound happening, but most people produce with sounds by default are in the center of the mix. So your kick drum will go boom, 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 like this. When you have a snare drum, it will go tap, 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 like this. You, as a producer, can start to play with automation, and you can pan sounds to the left. So you can have your kick drum happening in the middle, and you can move your snare a little bit to the side, or a little bit to the side, or just off center. Then you can add that a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, or you can have it automate like a snake, like this. To make your leads wider, what you need to do is, once you've got your lead in a track, you need to duplicate that track. Your lead doubles basically, and then you select one lead and you pan it a little bit to the left, and then you take your other lead and you pan it a little bit to the right. What that does is it's basically duplicated your sound and it's spread it through your box of sound. So instead of your lead being like this, it's now like this. What that means is it's occupying a different frequency spectrum, and then you can bring the volume of that down. And when you bring the volume of your wide lead down, it gives other elements of your track more space to make their sound. So if you find that you're constantly moving your kick drum louder and your bass drum louder and things just aren't working out, you need to start trying to pan things around. So Opus Mine, sick track, man, really. I don't really have too much to sort of suggest on this one. It's been out for 4 months, man, so it's doing alright. And really good vocal as well. So thank you for your submission. Alright, OVR, Keep Me Closer original mix. Let's check this. Good intro. Yes, definitely wide. Interested to hear this drop, because everything's very good so far. Very good. Nice, nice. Really, really nice so far, man, really. And I'm agreeing with all the comments. The love hearts from Alex. The bass is very good. The vocals are very good. Expected more sidechain in the drop. Yes and no. Like, it depends. If OVR is going for like a big room sound, sort of like those huge Martin Garrix tracks, then it's pretty good. But you do have sort of like these sections of your track are sort of like a progressive house or future house sort of vibe, but it's a really cool fusion. Like, what I mean by that is this section, the sort of verse is very similar to a verse in future house, and then when your drop happens, it's like big room. Really, really cool. Alex wants to collab in the comments, guys. So if anyone wants to work with Alex, send him a message. Cool. I mean, nice track, man. I mean, you've got one thing I would recommend is and this is just like something to take this track to the next level. is add some variation to your percussion. So you basically just got in your drop, you've just got a simple sort of hi-hat that's just going the whole time. I'd add some variation to that. Add like an off hi-hat so it's boom, boom. So instead of being tz, 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 it can be like boomts, 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 boomts. Gives it like a different dynamic, a different drive. Man, it's hard to recommend anything to improve. Maybe a bit more sidechain to let your kick sort of push through the mix, because your kick does sort of disappear from, like here the kick is nice and punchy. I mean, it's still there. You know what, I take that back, the kick's still there with or without adjusting the sidechain. So man, good track, really good. Thanks for submitting again, man. Another good track. Sean Jamal Berber, check this one out. Also, I'm loving the love in the comments this week, guys. Thank you for all the kind words to each other about your music and to me. Wouldn't mind to collab. Yeah, I'm very busy though. So not too much crazy stuff happening just yet. So it's like a good idea to start off with. I can read here like it's not finished, still need to work on it. Yeah man, it's good. It's a good base to sort of work on. You can add some really cool like melodies over the top, exactly like what you've got here, but with something a bit like stronger. Instead of just a short tiny sort of pluck, I'd get some like, I don't know, play around with anything. Think of the mood you want to create. Do you want trumpets in there to like give some brass like balls, or do you want to have some like sick violin to make it really like light and like, I don't know, like fancy? I don't know. You're in a perfect position with this track to take it in whatever direction you want to. So you've got a good framework to work off there, man. Thanks for the submission. Yeah, I can't give too much like feedback other than just to encourage you to keep going with that one. It's a good base, as I said, to work on and take it in some other direction. All right. Compliments. Let's check out Work version 2. So guys, there's some talk in the chat about collaborations. So what I try to do each week, guys, is tag you all in an Instagram post so that, yeah, then you can click on each other's profiles and hook up and work together. So I try to create some little community. I'm trying to think of a better way to do it. A friend of mine said to build a website and do that. So maybe I could do that. You can create a little profile, your name, where you're from, your socials, maybe what music production software you're using, and that way you can click on other people and be like, oh cool, he's using Ableton, maybe we can work together, or he's using Logic, that's cool, I want to learn more about that. I don't know, just an idea. nice track so far. Liking this. This is very Berlin, very like. This is really nice, man. I'm imagining that I'm at a Fisher concert. Really, this is the sort of whack stuff that he plays. Really, I would, so what I would do with this track as well, man, it's similar feedback I gave to someone earlier on today. Go and get this mix and mastered by someone else, like pay, you only have to pay like 20 or 30 euros these days. Really, just go to like a website like this called Fiverr, and you can just literally type in mix mastering engineer and you'll get a huge list of people to do it for very cheap. And then what you do is you Google what record labels Fisher has released on, and then I would send this demo to them. And I would also Google artists who sound like Fisher, and then I'd maybe pick the top 5 and I'd go through all their stuff as well. And I'd look at what record labels have signed their stuff, and I would send this track to them. You never know, man. This is a really, really cool track. Nice outro. Yeah, man, solid. I like it. Guys, I'm just gonna give my ears a rest for like 1 minute. I will be back soon. This is a demo I've been working on for a little while. I'm pretty like happy with the overall sound, but let me know what you guys think in the chat, since you're so chatty today. If you've been watching these streams for a while, you might have already heard this demo. So I went all out and made a full video and everything. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be back in about 1 minute.
If I told you in your heartbeat, I can hold you. Never worry. Now everything I do
Cool. Alrighty, I am back. I just had to give my ears a bit of a rest. Where do I get my vocals from? So that track is the original a cappella from a Calvin Harris track. I literally detuned it and played around with a whole bunch of parameters to make it sound very different. The vocalist that I used on my debut release, which is out now, Legacy, was with a girl called Rika. I actually, if it's interesting, if you click on Rika, it goes to this this black guy, and I talk to her every day on Facebook, and she says, "I'm still a black man today." So how I found her, I literally just joined about 10 or 15 vocalist groups on Facebook, and people ask me, "Oh, which one did you join?" Guys, just go on Facebook, type in vocalist, and hit submit, or vocalist wanted, or singer wanted, or singer for hire, or singer this or something, and just send a link of a track and just say, "Hey, are there any vocalists here interested in working on this track?" And always have a demo for them to listen to. Don't make people work for it, guys. Give it to them on a platter, and then they can eat if they want to. But if you say, "Oh, I've got food, are you hungry?" They'll be like, "Yeah, what is it?" And then you'll be like, "Oh, just give me 10 minutes and I'll come back." Give it to them straight away, guys, so that they don't have to search around and look for it and everything. Yeah, so that's where I get my vocals from. Yeah, might as well while I'm here. So my debut release dropped on Thursday. So this is the first stream that I've sort of been able to promote it. So when the stream's done, guys, go follow me on Spotify, what I look like on Spotify, and give my track a listen. It's like a huge melodic bass track. It's huge. If you guys have been tuned in regularly, you know my intro track, which is this one. So that's the track that is actually my single, but I've actually got a sick vocalist over the top of that. So yeah, and I met her on Facebook. So yeah, if you are searching for vocalists, guys, they're out there. It's Corona, so everyone's going crazy at home. Everyone's feeling creative. If you're feeling creative, someone else is feeling creative, you can make magic. That's what Rika and I did with Legacy. So when you get the time, guys, stream it. Let me know what you think. Follow me on my socials, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to stop talking about myself because I'm here for you guys. So let's keep chatting about your music. All right, Eamon sent in Symphony Remix. Let's check this one out.
I've been hearing symphonies.
Okay, also, Eamon, if you're watching this back, chances are that copyright, like YouTube will copyright it. So it might be muted when you watch it back on YouTube. Don't stress. I'll try and save all my feedback for the end so that you actually hear it.
Before all I heard was silence, a rhapsody for you and me, and every melody is timeless. Life was stringing me along, and you came and you cut me loose, solo singing on my own. Now I can't find the key without you, and now your song is on repeat. I'm dancing on to your heartbeat, and when you go, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. You hold me tight and I
Man, this is pretty good. Nice. Just reading it's your first time remixing, so man, well done. It sounds pretty good.
I'm feeling, and I was running out of love. Now you saw if you want to be part of yourself.
Let's see if you do something different. Yeah, man. It's a good remix. Yeah, I can't really say too much other than in your second drop, give some variation. So do something different to your first drop. Doesn't have to be too crazy. It can be a sort of stop start. It can be a bit of a flutter. It can be up an octave, down an octave, something different. Just to keep the listener like excited when the sort of second half of your song happens. They hear something new and their ears go, oh, something new, and that their brain stays interested in the song. Nice remake, need to change the second part. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Man, awesome though. Thanks for submitting. All right. Floof? I don't know how I say that. Floof, I think. Let's check out Azavo. I'm going to give you a follow as well, man. 10 followers. Yeah. What's this? Is this a website or something? Yo, social page. Good, man. From New Zealand. Nice. Sure, bro. Nice. Chill. I know this might be a pretty generic comment that you get all the time, but it's a bit of like a Flume feel. Flume, really good. Okay, this vocal caught me off guard a bit. Thought it was going into like a big drop. Good though, because it's different. It's weird, it's wacky, and it sounds good. Look at that artwork. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Boom, that sub bass. I think your sub kick, I'm not sure if you've got like an 808 kick or something like that, but it sounds a bit out of key, especially in this section. When you introduce that new synth over the top, it sounds a little too flat. You need to pitch it up a bit. Yeah, unique, definitely unique. But all your samples that you've used are very crisp, are very clear, and you've given them all like the space they sort of need. So yeah, it's a cool little track, that one. I like it. Cool, man. Thanks for submitting. All right, vibe, I think. All right, let's check this out. Still early days, no dramas, my friend. From Australia, what's up, bro? I'm from Sydney. that lead that's happening already sounds pretty like generic, like it's very commonly used. It just sounds like a default lead from Silent or something. Like chill drum and bass. It's cool. Nice. Hear that release coming out now. Good that you've got the piano, the lead that's going over the top of everything. It's good that you've got that wide because it's subtle, like it's a little hard to hear over your epic wall of noise. And man, that's a sick sort of drop, very like Porter Robinson around like what was the album, Worlds. That was such a good album and it's taken me back to that. Sounds really nice. I know it's probably just like a pre-release or something, but here we go. Good variation on the second drop. So the second drop sounds less cheesy than the first bit. This is such good like detail. We've got like the whole Porter Robinson vibe going on. Porter Robinson language, I think, sounds like the exact same piano. Yeah, it's the only thing that threw me off was the intro here. The lead that you have, that you're slowly bringing in, it just sounds like, literally sounds like a default synth from like the Silent plugin. So man, you know what you're doing. You've got like nearly 5,000 followers. So you've obviously been producing for a while. Your tracks are getting like decent plays. So man, like, you know what I mean? Like, steer clear of those sort of default sounds. It sounds like you've literally just dragged a Silent in and changed a few parameters and that's it. So maybe like if you want any sort of feedback on this, like the drop sounds sick, but I'd work on the intro and the this little bridge here. You slowly bring in the same sense. Yeah, man, but it's hard to say because you drop it's the star of the show, man. So, I don't know, maybe just replace that crappy little synth that's annoying me. Yeah, it sounds a little generic, man, but sick track, really, really. The drop is unreal. I'm gonna keep an eye on you, bro, because you're a good producer. All right, Luna Sepler. Selpa, Luna Selpa. Okay. Tenet. Let's check this one out. Yay, we have a track that's not 5 minutes long. Okay, the bass arpeggiator that you're using, it has some detune elements to it, which is fine, but it makes it sound out of key from the chords you've already got going. Dun, dun. Cool. This is such like I remember you chatting earlier in the chat about this being like a cinematic track. This is such a scene where like the main character's smoking a cigarette and he's literally like he's thrown the cigarette and like starts walking away from the car and it just goes in the background, just like yeah. Yeah, I mean it's cool. The one thing that gets a bit repetitive is the ba 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 ba. Let me try and find it. So I think it's this bit that you introduce here. That one. Then da-dun, da-dun, then da-dun, and it happens all throughout. And also the that one, that's the one. Yeah, but man, you create good like suspense. That was like suspense, and then when the sort of percussion hits, it's like the sort of it's the moment, man. I'm telling you, it's the moment that the actor is just like caught the villain. He's all bashed and like dying in his car. He's just been shot up, and then you're the main actor. You've just like, you know, the petrol tank's leaking on the street, and he's like, "No, don't do it." And you're like, "Man, I don't fuck with you." And then you just throw the cigarette on the ground and walk away. And as you walk away, this plays. Just turn and like throw the cigarette. Off you go. Man, that's cool. Thanks for submitting. That's a cool track. I like it. All right, Voltex. Are you're the nervous one? No, someone else. All right, Naked and Famous. So it's a remix everybody knows. So man, what will happen? First, I'll give you a follow, good sir. Basically, if this hasn't been remixed like well enough, it might trigger the YouTube copyright. So what that means, if you're not watching live now, if you're watching it back in the on YouTube, it may be muted, and that's due to copyright of the vocal. So I will give all my feedback for the end. let's see.
I'm on the mend, I'm tender to the touch. Can you lean in when I fall out of love? When I don't wanna lead, but I can follow. All I can do is promise you tomorrow. It's complicated, these feelings come in waves and I can't contain them. Believe me when I say that I'm not immune to days of doubt. No guarantee that I won't ever let you down. Everybody knows you're the sickness and the cure. Everybody knows that I'm yours. Everybody knows you're the sickness and the cure. Everybody knows, everybody knows. Everybody knows, everybody knows.
Nice.
Everybody knows, everybody I feel the rush, be still my beating heart, and tell me how we go back to the start when I don't wanna lead, but I can follow. This side of me, a bitter pill to swallow. I can't explain it, I'm losing my restraint, and it's just a phase. Like, tell me that it's okay when I'm not immune to waves of doubt. I can't guarantee that I won't ever let you down. Everybody knows you're the sickness and the cure. Everybody knows that I'm yours. Everybody knows you're the sickness and the cure. Everybody knows, everybody knows. Everybody knows, everybody Everybody knows you're the sickness and the cure. Everybody knows that I'm yours.
Cool, man. So I took some notes just because I want to leave the feedback for the end, just in case YouTube mutes it. I was also just reading that so someone on this stream has had a released track, and because I played it, it's already blocked it on Facebook. So yeah, that's why we do demos, so that stuff doesn't get blocked. Man, really, really nice. Now, I don't know the original track, so I don't know how much you've changed it from the original. I'm going to assume you've changed it heaps, and basically everything sounded very, very, very good. What I've noticed is I had to turn up my headphones a little bit. It sounds like your production is a little low, so if you want to make it a bit louder, just add maybe something onto your master. I had like a pretty big chain on my master to create more loudness, but you can achieve it very simply by adding a limiter onto your master and put the ceiling maybe at -1, and then add a few limiters, and you can slowly boost your output on each limiter to slowly boost it in progressions. If you boost the whole thing at once, it'll distort in some parts. So on my master chain, I have a saved master chain. I always have 3 limiters right at the end, where the ceiling is -1, but then I boost the gain to get it up to around, I think it's 9 or 10 lufs or something like that. So I'm just reading, okay, you changed everything. Man, it's really good. It's a super nice, bouncy, like pop track. And it's like super bright and happy, which is good because like the Naked and Famous usually have like very like light and bright sort of tracks. So it sounds like you've done it justice, man. Awesome work. Thank you for submitting. And yeah, hopefully I can listen back to that on the stream again on YouTube. So hopefully YouTube doesn't block it, but let's see how we go, man. Thanks so much for submitting. If you're still here, guys, I see you on YouTube. Smash the like button, subscribe. You guys on Facebook, hello. All my links are below, guys, for my Spotify and stuff. I released a single last week on Thursday called Legacy. It came out, so go give it a stream on Spotify or Apple Music or Deezer, wherever you're from, whatever part of the world. And I see you guys still on Twitch. Thanks for hanging in there, Twitch. All right, DJ Flyman, let's do this. Is it Leos or I'm not sure? Let's just give it a roll. I'll give you a follow. This is good, man. I don't know why you're nervous. It is good. It's a good melody. What you definitely need to do, Mr. Flyman. So yeah, there are some very, very high frequencies in there. So I'll start with what I heard first. So you have with your bass line, you have a sub bass. So what that does is that's going to pump in your car. It's going to pump in clubs, but only at a certain frequency. What you need to do is you need to duplicate your bass line and you need to add a mid bass. So you currently have like a sine wave or something like that, which is your sub bass. You need to add a new bass sound to your track so that it fills up the mid frequencies. Because if you take that track and put it on your phone and you play it through your smartphone's not able to produce like sub bass frequencies. So what you'll find if you play this track on your phone, you won't hear the bass line. So that's the whole purpose of adding a layered bass. So you've got your sub bass, your mid bass, and your mid bass fills up different frequencies that things like smartphones and like earpods can produce. So you want to be able to show off your bass line and just do that with a mid bass. When we get to, so your drop is sick, man. It's full of energy. It's like loud and it's proud. Be careful of like very high frequencies. So I had this problem very recently where I loved the sound of my track, and because all you guys know when you're producing, you love the sound of your own track and you're like, oh man, this is so good. And you've listened to that track already maybe 200-300 times whilst producing, just in loops. And then when you send it to your friend, I don't know if you know this, but like when you send it to your friend, they hear it with a fresh set of ears. They listen to it and they go, whoa, like it's good, but man, the high frequencies, like you need to kill it. And you're like, what high frequencies? Because you've listened to it so often, your brain has just gotten used to those high frequencies. So there are some high frequencies here. You keep adding on like some layers above. So it was just that bit there that went dun 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 dun. It's like really high frequencies. I would totally get rid of that and replace that sound with some pads. So instead of having a very high synth, get a pad sound. So it's sort of like, how do I explain pads the other week? It's sort of like you drip some water in the ocean. It goes like, whoop, like it's sort of like that. So it's like dun, 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 dun. So it's sort of like ding, 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 like drip drops instead of like really high, like it's like very harsh on the ears to listen to, something with high frequencies. And man, it's something I did recently and I didn't realize, and someone told me and I was like, oh yeah, that does sound a bit harsh on the ears. So just be mindful of that. Good side chain. See, this bit's okay. Like there are some high frequencies in there, but it's nothing harsh. And it's when you start layering more things on top, like that, you added a new layer, it's too high in frequencies and it literally starts to like damage your ears if you listen to it too often. So just be mindful of that when you're producing as well, guys. Rise are coming in. But yeah, man, that's good. That's an encouraging track. I remember reading, if you haven't produced in a while, that's pretty damn good, man. So well done. Don't be nervous. Like we're all friends here. It's all positive vibes only, you know. And yeah, the best thing about that is you're making music. You're always like refining your skills with each track you make. So really, really cool. Thank you so much for submitting, man. Guys, we have a few more tracks to go. If you are thinking, so our crowd has dropped like in half in the last like 20 minutes. So if you do have to leave, please, if you could, I'm really trying to push my Spotify this week. So I'm trying to get to 300 followers by the end of the year. So for you guys on Twitch, there's the link. I will post this at the end of the stream too, guys. So if you're sticking around, don't stress. But if you are thinking of heading off, please follow me on Spotify, stream my new track, and yeah, I want to try and grow. So, all right, we have a second submission from Super Nebula. Let's check it out. Called Olympus Mons. Nice. It's a good bouncy bass line and the percussion matches nicely. This is much better to the track you submitted earlier, man. The other one was a little like, it wasn't disjointed, it was a little clunky, like things didn't really sound like they fitted together. This one, man, sounds like a smooth, oiled machine. This is much better. This is the standard I remember that you had. The other track, maybe it was like a bit of an outlier, but this is pretty cool. And I think Super Nebula, you could benefit from the opposite of the last track I reviewed. So you've got a good bouncy bass. You can go again and duplicate your bass and add a sub bass. And you don't have to have it like such short notes like your mid bass. You can have longer ones with a side chain to give it that swelling. Nice. I'd get into some automation. I'd really automate, you know, the thing that's happening really high up. I'd automate that, but I'd have reverb and I'd just automate that to like 5 or 10 seconds and then cut it off, and like it will just create this huge dreamy effect. Really, really cool, man. I like this, man. This is more like your stuff, really. Much better. I like it, man. Good. I'm glad you sent in that second track. So, man, thanks for submitting 2 tracks in 1 week. So, all right, Leafy Beats, guys, what we're gonna do? The sub is in there. Yeah, it wasn't coming through too well. Maybe it's a little bit low. I have very like bass heavy headphones on. The motors. Oh, that's another cool thing. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I made my own custom shields. See that? It's got my logo on it. I know you guys don't care. It's something I did. I bought a little laser engraver. I engraved them, so that was cool for me. I just caught like the red. I saw the reflection. All right. Do you love me? I don't know. Do I love you? Let's check it out, Leafy Beats. Give me a click. Ah, man, it would be perfect with a click, like a human click. Also, guys, if anyone's on their laptop right now, just go to Leafy Beats and get him to 450 followers. He's currently on 449. I hate seeing things like that. Just give him one more like. Someone follow him so that he gets to 450. Get him above 450. Many people go follow him. Yeah. Subtle OCD. This is super chilly, man. This is like beach club music. Really, it's sick. You definitely need a female vocalist on this. Or like a male vocalist that's, I don't know I've been trying to learn like vocal terminology, but like a vibrato vocal, something that's not like deep and like strong. You want a male vocal that's like light and airy. In the sunset. I don't know. Definitely not. Soprano, yeah, could be. I don't know. I haven't learned hard enough. I was too tired. I didn't absorb anything. It reminds me of that Sia track, Cheap Thrills, with the percussion. Dun, dun. I think you also need when the main sort of hook happens, you've got a nice big cymbal that goes. I would make the cymbal. So if the cymbal sample is really long, so it's either like a cymbal that you've put heaps of reverb on, or it's a really long sample. If it's a long sample, delete it. Get a short, sharp crash that goes crash, and it lasts for about 4 seconds. But above that, have white noise that falls like. Because then you have better control, because you really want to, you also want a reverse cymbal that leads up to the, so here, this bit I mean. Got it? And then white noise falling out. But I think also, maybe that's irrelevant. I think with a vocal over the top, it will be like pretty strong, like pop track, really. Yeah, I can recommend someone on Fiverr. Basically, this guy, he's an awesome mix mastering engineer from Spain. Let me give you his details, but just let him know that I sent you, because I don't think he wants to work with anyone. I think he wants to work with like people that are serious about music. So this is the dude's profile. How do I like? Maybe I can share it. Okay. Maybe I where are you? You're on Twitch. All right, I'll send you the link through here. It should turn up on Twitch. That's the dude I use for mix mastering. He's really good. Tell him I sent you. It's not going to get me any like discount or anything, but just he knows me, so let him know. And also tell him that you listened to Legacy, my release, because he mixed and mastered that. So let him know that, I don't know, just tell him the whole story. I do live streams. You want someone to mix master, I recommended him. Also tell him that you listened to my track and you liked how it was mixed and mastered, and then you'd love to work with him. Hope that helps. Took so long to explain. Yeah, man, sick. I like that. That'll be a good track. If you get a vocalist on it, you never know. Click it to someone who's creative. Also, it helps when you send a track to a vocalist, guys. So this is probably good. I might bring this up on my next stream because the numbers are slowly dying. It's important when you send a track to a vocalist, have an idea already for them. Don't just give them a track and just say like, yeah, there you go, like work on this. What I do when I'm trying to create a vocal is I set up 5 audio tracks, right? And what I do is I arm one track and then I record myself whistling. So I will play the track like this, I'll play it through, and then I'll just start whistling whatever comes to me. So here we go, I'll do it now. Something like that, right? So I just like freestyle whistle, if that makes sense. And I try and go through the whole track. And then I like sort of save that recording. I mute that recording and then I do it again. And then I whistle something again. And basically by the 5th time, you've created like a cool melody already. And then what you do is you send the vocalist your original track without any whistling. And you say, here's the track, this is the idea I have. Obviously I'm not a singer, but I've whistled something that sort of sounds like what I would like. And then that gives them like the best starting point to start on. So if you didn't know that tip, you heard it here first. Yeah, it just gives them like a framework, something to work on. It gives them an idea of the intonation you want, gives them an idea of where they should place their vocals as well. It's very important because as a producer, you want certain places to shine in your production, and you don't want vocals to sort of tread over the top of them. So it's good to give a vocalist that framework to work with, because if you don't do it at the start, then it's such a pain in the bum for them to try and get it right. So man, thanks for your submission. We're getting into our final submission here, Sub Candy. Unless anyone has joined the live stream, what's up, guys? Yeah, if you want to send a track, just send it here. So soundcloud.com/SteveMarksMusic, and I'll listen to it. Sub Candy, let's go. Gonna give you a follow. If it's a beat, then yes, man, I'll listen to it through YouTube. If it's a released track though, I will not, because this is like demo streams only. So if it's a demo, just send me the link. You can send it through Twitch chat, it's fine. Got a feeling Sub Candy's gonna bring the heat here. Sounding good. This is going to be good already, I know it. Yeah, nice. Man, if you think this is fire, you should have tuned in earlier. We've been going for about what, 2.5 hours now. Man, the quality of this stream is unreal. If you want to watch it back, you can watch it back on YouTube, or you can tune in at 7 p.m. Berlin time every Wednesday. That's when I start. Thanks, man. This reminds me of the Mike Williams track Konnichiwa. It was his first official release. That's what it sounds like. It took me ages. I was Googling stuff. Konnichiwa by Mike Williams. Look it up. Gives me those vibes. Alright, Sub Candy, some feedback. Man, sick track. You've got the perfect bass line, you've got all your like intonations correct, you've got like really good bounce, good percussion. Basically, to take this style of music to the next level, you need to do some panning, bro. So you've got some like samples and stuff in there, some like ooh, some years. You want to pan those a little to the left and a little to the right, because everything that you've created is sitting right in the middle of the mix. So if you pan some things a bit wider, they occupy a different frequency and they come out a lot better in the mix. So man, really strong track. You could also get that mix mastered and flick that around to some record labels. That's high quality stuff, man. Thanks heaps for submitting. Do you have Instagram, bro? I'm not seeing it here. I try to tag everyone in an Instagram post each week. So if you have Instagram, make sure you add it to your profile here so that quick and easy for everyone to sort of start stalking you. Let's check out your Spotify. I'm gonna give you a follow as well, man. I'll do it later. You don't use Instagram. Oh, okay, no problem, man. But man, solid track. All right, we are now going to finish up with Roddy Rick, Dababai, and Guna Type Beat 2020 Gossip. See how we go. Is this you, bro? Is this you doing the burnouts? So your 808s are like mixed a little too loud. They're like literally overpowering the track. It must be really loud coming through. I've actually got to turn down the volume for you guys because it's already clipping. So yeah, I would bring your volume down on the 808s. That way everything else, basically, if this is your track at the moment and your volumes, that's your maximum volume. You've got everything at this volume and your 808 kicks are like this loud. So you need to bring them down a bit, give everything else a bit of space to breathe. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's hurting my ears a bit, but I'll push on. So beatmaker, yeah, loops, cool, man. Thanks for submitting. Yeah, just turn those 808s down, man. I think we're done. All right, well, this is gonna be the final one, guys, and we are done. So Luna Selpa, love. Let's check this out, and then, guys, I'm gonna head off. Please, 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 I've said it 10 million times. Please jump on my Spotify, stream my new release, and yeah, give me a follow, guys. It would mean the world. I've spent over 2.5 hours with you guys, so it's like a few clicks and it'll just start getting my numbers going. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll give some feedback to Luna Selpa, and then we are
really,
out
when
of
we
here.
go back then to falling in love and say it's crazy. Falling. See? We don't say rising into love.
This is really cool, really like sleepy and chill. I really think I think that the little percussion block that you have as like your drive, I think that could be a huge snap with reverb. Really make it like a feature. The snap, give it a whack. Awesome, guys. Cool track. Yeah, just up that snare, really give it a whack, make it like a moment, like make that a star. Guys, I'm gonna say goodbye. So thanks for all you guys on Twitch. I just added all my socials there that I would love you to follow: my Spotify, my Instagram, and my YouTube. So subscribe, like, follow, whatever the hell you have to do for all that stuff. Yeah, another awesome week, guys. Go stream my new single. Do it right after this. I don't want to hear any excuses. I want to see my streams. I want to get at least 50 streams today. Come on. I've reviewed, I estimate, maybe 35 artists, some with several. So stream it 5 times each. That would be an awesome thank you for me, from you to me. That makes sense? I don't know. Maybe it did. But anyway, I'm whacking them all. I'm whacking them in the YouTube. They're in the Twitch. So guys, thanks heaps. I'm out of here. I will see you next Wednesday. Seriously though, go stream my single. See you guys. Awesome. Love you all. See you next week. Yeah.